What is going on, everybody? DJ here from DJ's Poke Center. It looks like we're seeing a first, and I could be wrong. Correct me in the comments if I am wrong, but this is the first time I have seen a show come out and say, hey, no longer are we allowing sealed product to be sold at our show. And what they're saying, which I will show you the video, they're saying, hey, you know what? A lot of people are going to these vending machines. They're hitting Walmarts and Targets. I don't think that was their words, but scalping in general. They're hitting the in-store purchases, and then they're coming to the show. And I guess this is like a rampant problem. I've vended probably 7 times this year, not at this particular show. Let's get straight into it, and we could give our opinion towards the end. So apparently, Glen Burnie. I looked this up. This is in Maryland. I'm in the outskirts of Richmond, Virginia, so not super far from me, but apparently this is pretty close to Baltimore. Anyways, on their Instagram, Feel Good Gaming, it says, I run Feel Good Gaming this weekend show in Glen Burnie, and I wanted to address the comments about the sealed products at the show. So obviously there's too much sealed product being sold, and this really offends people or makes people mad or something. I've been reading all your feedback, and I hear you loud and clear, and I agree. The scalping situation has gotten out of hand, especially recently. So I'm making a change to our next event. Ooh, I think that's this weekend. I'll check out their website for you. How about that? Our next show, we're banning all sealed product that is currently for sale for retail. That means vendors will no longer be allowed to sell sealed items that are typically associated with scalping. You can still sell sealed to other vendors, but they won't be able to put it out on the floor. That is really interesting. And again, have you seen this in your local area? I have not seen this before. We got to talk about my opinion in a moment. We're also tightening up our vendor approval process to make sure the people behind the tables are bringing the right kind of product and inventory to contributing to a better overall experience. So they're saying they think that obviously bringing sealed product is going to be an issue. They're going to vet the people a little bit better. Now, look, it's your show. You do what you want. I have no issues with that whatsoever. I do all types of things, right? Like I said, I run djspokecenter.com. I sell Pokemon, right? I don't have distro, so unfortunately I have to buy large collections. And then I piece it out, make a little bit of percentage myself. I also sometimes vend. I got a next show coming up actually next May. And then I also love to collect open packs with the kids and rip. And I love that experience. But I think it's kind of weird to say like all the modern product or anything that can be sold, which would actually be the next block or the second block of Scarlet and Violet forward. So imagine going to a show and not being able to rip a pack. Now, when I go with my son, he loves to rip packs, even if it's not an ETB, because ETBs are rather expensive. We love to go there, pack battle, have fun like that. So you're really taking that away from the kids. But I guess this is such a big problem, at least in their particular area. Hey, I don't know. Let me know in your area if this is a big problem. But continuing on, I'll be going to a lot of shows to scout out good vibe-friendly vendors who have the right inventory. Slabs, singles, and binders. Ooh, the right inventory. See, that's dang. So, I mean, I get it. You want to be the good guy and all that. And like, I respect it. Like, part of me really does respect it. But how do you get the right inventory? You know what I mean? How do you get slabs? How do you get singles? How do you get these things? You have to open up sealed product. And there's only a little bit of sealed product even out there. So I don't know about the good guy angle. I mean, let's see how this works out. I'm not going to judge. I care a lot about the vibe of the shows and the community we're building together. Appreciate all of you who show up and speak up. It genuinely helps shape what this becomes. And then people in the comment section are actually really loving this. So that's great. And again, I think that's their right to do. It is their show. If you genuinely feel like this is a problem in Maryland or wherever you're at, right? Like, okay, I get it, but people are loving this right now. LOL, you won't be getting much vendors. I like that one. I'm going to unlike that. That's kind of rude or whatever. More shows should vet their vendors as well. I do agree with that. We definitely should be vetting the vendors. No more target to table. Oh, that's a rough one. Vendors that just sit there with a pile of the most current sealed product. But again, you got to think this is getting rid of everything that's currently in print. So we're talking Surging Sparks, Stellar Crown, Prismatic Evolutions, and Ford. I mean, that's a lot. You can't bring Black Bolt. You can't bring White Flare sealed. You can't bring a set of heroes, the newest set. Where are people supposed to get this product? That would be probably my main question. Is like, I get what you're trying to do and it sounds good. Genuinely, it's coming from a good place in your heart. I feel that energy from the videos that I've seen, what I've watched about this. But how can somebody who has a 9-to-5 job ever get Pokemon because they're never going to get it from MSRP, right? Because they're always at work, unless they're like a night worker or something or took the day off. Sure, I hear all that, but somebody goes to school or in college, they're not going to be able to ever hit these stores. So how would they possibly get Pokemon except for on the secondary market? And to just take that away from people, I don't know. We'll see how it works out. It's a big what if. So I'm guessing this is the owner because this is a person who is talking about it and it is their Instagram. I'm going to listen to some of this. Unfortunately, they used copyright music, so I got to kind of like mute in and out, okay? So bear with me.
So I just wanted to say thank you everybody for an amazing event today. Wanted to address something that we noticed at our events. We noticed that a lot more people are bringing
Dang it, stop using copyright music so I can watch your stuff.
Product that they've bought in stores or at vending machines, selling them at our events. And we want to say that we are now doing a ban on any product that's available in retail. Buy it at the store in any way, you cannot bring it to our event to sell.
Interesting. And again, if it didn't have copyright music, I'd play it all the way through. Interesting to hear, interesting to see. Let's check out their website. Pretty nice looking website. Looks good, right? Feel Good Gaming Spring Fest. I like that. I mean, that's a cool sounding thing. There's the address. This is not paid promotion or anything. There you go. If you guys want to check that out, it says April 25th and 26th. So apparently it's already happened, but whenever their next upcoming one is, I'll put a link in the description if you guys want to check it out. Hopefully, maybe some people will go to that. And unfortunately, there's no timer of when their next event is. I do think it is a pretty cool concept. I would like to go to a show where there's just exclusively cards, but I also don't want to pretend like these cards aren't coming from, these sealed products as well. And I don't really like the fact that you can't open any product. Like even before I had a store, even before I was selling Pokemon, it was just me and the kids having fun, ripping packs. Like I said, that was one of our favorite things to do. I know my son, for sure, that's his favorite thing to do is open up the Pokemon. Looking at singles is cool too, but it's not like the most fun part. The most fun part is opening it and getting it yourself. And so you're taking away that large part of, the entire experience there. And then also, is grading cards really that much better? I mean, is PSA really that much of a good guy? If we really want to dig into the weeds, if we're going to say all these vendors are bad, or a majority of the vendors that are coming are bad people, sure, fine, you say that. But is PSA good? Like, really? I don't know. So we got to play the good guy all the time there. So I would love to hear from all of you. Hey, you know what? If I was closer to the area or if they offered, maybe I would look into it. I do see Collecticon. Not sure what their involvement is there. It looks like maybe they had a booth or something. Are they promoting themselves at Collecticon? Really don't know. But family friendly. I love to see stuff like that, man. And hey, I think it is a cool concept for sure. But I also question, is it hurting anything? Really? Again, I have vended before. It was about 7 times this year already. And does it really hurt you to have some sealed product behind you? Me personally, my booth, I always have like a nice display of like older stuff. Sometimes we have Sun and Moon. Sometimes we have X and Y packs. Sometimes we have Sword and Shield packs. And sometimes, of course, we have Scarlet and Violet because that's what the people want. Younger people, people are just coming into the hobby right now. They don't care about the old stuff, man. They want to open some packs. That's always their favorite thing. Mom, can I please open some Destined Rivals? You always have some cheap packs for them, stuff like that, Journey Together, that kind of stuff. Then my next display case is going to be like my slabs and my more expensive stuff. And then I usually always have 2 binders for people who like singles. One that's a little bit more expensive, one that's very affordable. And then behind me, I just so happen to have a bunch of sealed product as well. So it really attracts everybody. And I'm wondering who this would attract for sure. You can have the end product of having the card, but it's a bad thing to open that product. I don't know. How do you vet that? I guess, you know what? I'll let you guys decide what's the right thing to do here. And definitely sound off in the comment section if you think it's a pretty cool idea or not. We'll see what happens. Will other bigger shows start to do this? I extremely doubt it, but you never know. If this goes well and people will receive it, might be a good thing in the long run for the hobby. I do love the hobby myself. Just because I have a store doesn't mean I don't love the hobby. I don't know why people think that. That's crazy. Like, you can't enjoy 2 things at once. So I appreciate every single one of you. If you don't mind hitting a like on this video and consider subscribing. And like I said, I'll put a link for their Instagram and their website in the description. Feel free to check it out if you're in the area of Maryland. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.